It doesn't seem to matter what I do. Life's hard 'cause I'm a Jew. No one knows how hard I've tried. Oh, I need a hero like Mordecai, sitting at the palace gate. Esther has been so polite, waiting till the time is right.
In Shushan, when Haman once is gone, did I live to live and die until the doctors Hashverosh? In Shushan, I am a Jew, I'm not a pawn. What will it take, Esther, to stand up and fight for us?
Happy Purim. Happy Purim. I want to know what it is to live, to be the real thing.
It's not a crime not to bow down to a human being.
And if it's finally our time, or will I be living?
We're God's people.
Can you feel God's energy?
Feel
The real God's energy. Can you
feel God's energy. Feels so real.
God's energy? In Shushan, wicked Haman wants us gone. Is it our destiny to live and die under the watch of Ahasuerus? In Shushan, I am a Jew, I'm not a pawn.
What will it take for Esther to stand up to the king and fight for us?
In Shushan,
I am a Jew.
and you know that's nothing new. So hey, now we just won, yeah, in Shushan. In Shushan,
That's where we live.
schlock my note I want to give. So hey, yeah, world, look up, yeah, in Shushan. Baby, in Shushan. Well, thank you and happy Purim. That also is not winning any awards. But we are glad that you are here. So we welcome you to our Purim service and Megillah reading. We're so glad you're here, including Cowboy Larry, the Hineni kid, right there. And of course, the members of our congregation, playing the role of Barbie. Hey, Barbie!
Hi, Ken.
Is Rabbi Rebecca Einstein Shore. And of course, we have Tom Mustachio with the fabulous music. We could not have done that number without Tom. If you're joining us on live stream, welcome. Happy Purim. You can post your name and something in Klingon, I guess, to show that you are there. And we are going to have our Purim service this evening. So hopefully, did everybody get a green Purim booklet? Hold it high over your head. Okay, so we know that you are in the right place. You have a booklet, and we are going to turn to page 1 for our first reading of Purim. I'm never going to live this outfit down. Okay.
Ken, you look great.
Thanks, Barbie. Purim is unlike any other Jewish holiday. On the high holy days, we seek to uncover our true selves. But you forgot because of Mishkan Tefillah what a responsive reading is. But the way it works is I do the first line, and then the second line is italicized, and you do the second line, and then back and forth. Let's start again.
Ken, it's okay. I'll help everyone.
Oh, how nice, Barbie. Welcome to the Mojo Dojo Casa House to Temple Emeth, and we are ready. Purim is unlike any other Jewish holiday. On the high holy days, we seek to uncover our true selves.
On Purim, we wear masks. No one can tell who we are.
On Sukkot, we wonder and worry whether the winter will be difficult.
On Purim, we feel the approach of spring and have no cares at all.
On Passover, we give God full credit for our redemption.
On Purim, we read a scroll that does not even mention God's name. We learn that sometimes the courageous actions of men and women can save. Time to get up. We know what to do. We stand up on our feet and say the Baruch Hu. Hey God, you're so cool. Time to stand and tell the world we know you rule. Come on, we've got important things to do. It's her and him and me and you. Hey God, you are everything. Baruch Hu and Adonai Hamivorach. Baruch Adonai Hamivorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Many Hamans have tried to destroy us. Oh yeah, go ahead. Okay, you don't have groggers yet, but in honor of that first boo, it was three-quarter-hearted. I will do this. Okay, let's try it again. Many Hamans have tried to destroy us. Though they have attacked the Jewish body, they have not damaged the Jewish soul. Our enemies will never succeed so long as we continue to stand and declare that God is one. Please be seated as we turn to page 2. It's another responsive reading. Now you have the hang of it. Love Adonai with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act.
Keep in mind the words I command you today.
Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested.
Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision.
Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of my mitzvot so that you can be holy for God.
I am Adonai, your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai, your God.
Okay, here's my famous Purim limerick. There once was a people in slavery, in Egypt, a place not so savory. Though their journey was long, they sang out a great song, thanking God for such unending bravery. Thank you.
That was so good, Ken.
Thanks, Barbie.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. Moshe. Zeli anu ve'amru Adonai himloch le'olam va'ed. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh. No ratahilot osei felet, no ratahilot osei felet.
We take some time now for silent prayer.
Oh, say shalom b'mromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Oh, say shalom b'mromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Ya'aseh shalom, Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
In just a moment, we are going to read the story of Esther, also known as the Megillah. This is when we make the noise, so who better to help us make noise than Dan Furshine and Doug Falk? They are going to be distributing groggers to everybody. And while they're distributing the groggers, let me say a couple things about the Megillah reading. So first of all, are they all here? Are my three confirmands here? There's one, there's two, and there's three. Okay, so we have 3 10th graders in the confirmation class this year. Their confirmation is at Shavuot in June, but all 3 of them are here tonight to help us read the Megillah. And so I will introduce them and you'll get to know their name, but that's why they have the honor of reading some Megillah tonight. Also, I have a perennial favorite, the ridiculously large stop sign.
Is there any other kind?
This ridiculously large stop sign is to make sure we get out of here before 10 o'clock. So, I will say the name of the bad guy, or it might be Greg, or it might be Jennifer, or it might be Brandon. They might say the name of the bad guy, and then you make a lot of noise, and then I go like this, and you stop.
Excuse me. Groggers. People passing out groggers. I need a grogger. Barbie needs a grogger. But not the metal kind. I had a bad grogger accident when I was about 5 years old, and I cut my... No one really wants to hear this, do they?
That story was going to be a downer, Barbie.
I know. I stopped myself myself. I put my filter back in.
Okay, are you ready? Are you ready to practice? So, get ready to make noise when I say, Haman. And make louder noise if I say, Haman. Okay, I think you're ready. So, the Megillah begins with blessings, and the blessings are found in our booklet on page 4.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al mikra Megillah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa nisim lavoteinu bayamim hahem bazman hazeh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'echiyanu v'kiyamanu v'higiyanu lazman hazeh.
In days of old, there lived a rich and powerful king named Ahasuerus who ruled all of the Persian Empire. Oh, I forgot I asked him to do that. It makes it so much better. To celebrate his great prosperity, King Ahasuerus invited his princes, noblemen, and servants to a big feast, which lasted for 7 days. On the last day of the celebration, the king sent for his beautiful wife, Vashti, because he was proud of her and wanted to present her to the people. But Vashti refused. Who made noise? Vashti. Okay, Vashti refused to come at the king's command. Ahasuerus was enraged at the queen's rude behavior and felt that her actions might encourage other wives to disobey their husbands. That noise came from Mary Todd Lincoln. Okay. So he sent Vashti away from the palace and issued a decree. This called all the beautiful young maidens of the land to come to the land before him so that he could choose a new queen. And so, Brandon, this is your cue, is it not? Okay, Brandon, this is your cue. It is. So, confirmand number 1, dressed as a, I'm going to guess, flying squirrel?
It's a bear.
Oh, a bear. Okay.
Because I'm unbearable.
Okay, I put the cue for you over there. Why? Probably because we did it that way during the pandemic and we haven't changed it. So, go ahead and step up. Do you have a booklet?
No.
Oh.
I have one.
Aw, thanks, Barbie. She's always so prepared. Go borrow Barbie's booklet. And you're reading 3 paragraphs, beginning
here.
with a Jew
It
named...
says your name.
That's helpful.
Okay.
A Jew named Mordecai heard the decree and was eager for his niece Esther to go before the king, because she was very beautiful. So Mordecai brought Esther to the palace, first advising her not to tell anyone that she was of the house of Israel. When Esther went before Ahasuerus, he could not take his eyes away from her. He fell in love with her and preferred her to all the other maidens. So he set a royal crown on Esther's head and made her the queen in place of Vashti. After several days had passed, Esther's uncle Mordecai happened to pass 2 of the king's guards and overheard them plotting to murder the king. Immediately, Mordecai went to Esther, who in turn told Ahasuerus the plan to murder him. When the matter was investigated, the 2 guards confessed to the plot and were put to death.
Okay, round of applause for Brandon. I just want to point out for our live stream viewers, this is the tall angle, and yet Brandon and his bear suits are so tall that his ears cannot be seen on live stream. Thanks for that. Okay, he really does have ears. There you go. Excellent. Okay, nice job, Brandon. Round of applause for Brandon. Then Achashverosh appointed a man named, I thought we might do the announcements right now. You don't want the announcements right now? But the Purim Carnival is at Temple Sinai tomorrow at 10 o'clock. The religious school Purim Megillah reading is tomorrow at Temple Sinai at 9:30. And Shalach Manot distribution is going to be going on all morning here.
Ken, I think you're off script.
Okay, Barbie. I'll go back on the script.
Good work.
Then Achashverosh appointed a man named Haman. In whom he had great trust, to be his chief officer in charge of the many princes and governors in the land. All the people of Persia bowed down to Haman. To show their respect for the king's favored servant. But Mordecai did not trust Haman and refused to bow down to him. Haman was filled with rage and vowed that he would punish not only Mordecai, but all the Jews in the land. Haman went to Achashverosh with an untrue story. He told the king that certain people in Persia were following their own customs and not also obeying the king's laws. Haman urged the king to destroy these people because he said they were weakening his kingdom. Achashverosh trusted and believed Haman. And so he gave him full permission to do whatever he believed was necessary for the good of the country. With the king's permission, the evil Haman, that was a false start over there, ordered the death of every Jew in the land. Tom, remember how we worked out last year that every time we said death, you did some ominous music? Okay, so let's go back because Jennifer needs a minute. Okay, the death of every Jew in the land.
When Mordecai heard this fearful news, he tore his clothes and put on sackcloth, the robes of grief. Then he went to Esther's chambermaids and asked them to take the news to Esther. He also told them to ask her to go before the king and plead for her people's safety, and for her own life. Esther was frightened, for there was a royal custom that no one could approach the king unless that person was sent for. If any man or woman disobeyed this rule, the penalty was death. Mordecai sent Esther a message saying, "Do you think that you will be spared just because you are queen? If you keep silent in this crisis, deliverance will come to the Jews from another place, but you and your father's house will perish."
Thank you. Round of applause for Jennifer. Nice job, Jennifer. Okay, this is like the cliffhanger of the story. What better time to take a little intermission from the reading of the Megillah and have a musical interlude? So it is my pleasure at this time to call forward the sweet singers of Eitz Chaim to share their Purim music with us. So Eitz Chaim has prepared two songs for us. The one is a more traditional song, and one is an Eitz Chaim favorite here at Temple Emeth. Which one is first, the traditional one or the favorite?
Traditional.
The traditional one. We're going to hear Chag Purim, and then you can change the world. I hit my cue. Let's see what's in my rollerblading Ken fanny pack. It's lollipops for all of the singers of Eitz Chaim. Look, this lollipop even matches my outfit. How do you like that? Cherry? We don't take requests. We just take lollipops. There we go.
For two of our young people filling in for two who are absent, right on the spot, just like that. Stand up.
Okay, well, after our brief musical interlude, We continue with the Megillah at the bottom of page 5. Our story resumes. Hearing this, Esther resolved to speak to the king. Hearing the song, that is. Esther resolved to speak to the king not only to save her own life, but for the sake of all the Jews in Persia. So she put on her most beautiful royal robes and stood at the entrance to the king's palace. Ahasuerus was sitting on his throne, and he at once saw his fair queen standing before him. Instead of being angry, Ahasuerus was pleased to see her and held out his golden scepter to show Esther that she was welcome. And Esther drew near and touched the end of the scepter as a sign of respect for the king. For the next section of our story, we turn to member of the confirmation class, Greg. Ready?
Yeah.
That's your paragraph.
Then Ahasuerus promised to grant any wish for Esther, even if it meant giving away half his kingdom. But Esther explained that her only wish at the moment was for the king and his officer Haman to join her at dinner the next evening. Both the king and Haman accepted Esther's invitation, and Haman went away feeling very happy and honored that the queen had chosen him as her guest. In fact, he felt so safe and sure of both the king and the queen's favor that he had the gallows made for Mordecai's hanging the next morning.
Round of applause for Greg.
You know, Ken, this got me thinking. Sometimes a scepter really is just a scepter.
I'm going to think of the Mojo Dojo Casa House totally differently now.
There are horses.
That same evening, King Ahasuerus had trouble falling asleep. So he sent for a special book in which all the memorable deeds in the land were recorded. As Ahasuerus was reading, he came to the part which told how Mordecai had saved his life by exposing the murderous plot of the 2 royal guards. Ahasuerus asked his servants if any honor or reward had been given to Mordecai, and they replied that nothing had been done for him. Just then, Haman entered the king's chamber to speak to Ahasuerus about Mordecai's hanging, as the gallows was ready and waiting. But before Haman could say anything, Ahasuerus asked his trusted officer, "What shall be done to the man whom the king delights to honor?" And Haman, thinking that the king wanted to honor him, said, "I would give this man royal robes that the king has worn, a horse that the king has ridden, and let him ride through the streets of the city for all the people to honor." Then Ahasuerus said to, I was testing you, Haman, "Make haste. Take the robes and the horse, as you have said, and do so to Mordecai the Jew who sits at the king's gate." Haman was shocked by the king's request, but he obeyed Ahasuerus. In great anger and jealousy, he led Mordecai through the streets to be honored by the whole city. The next evening, Ahasuerus and Haman attended Queen Esther's feast. While everyone was eating, the king said to Esther, "What is your wish?" And Esther replied, "My wish is that you save the lives of my people and myself, for we have been ordered to die."
And also that we're paid the same as all of the men in the kingdom.
Then King Ahasuerus said, "Who is the man who could do such a thing?" Again, Esther replied, "A foe and an enemy, this wicked Haman." He has ordered the death of all the Jews, and since I am a Jew, I am to die too. Angrily, King Ahasuerus rose to his feet and ordered Haman to be hanged from the very gallows he had prepared for Mordecai. Not only was Haman hanged, but his sons as well, for they were part of his wicked scheme. Then Ahasuerus gave Haman's I was wondering if it counts because it's an apostrophe S. I mean, grammatically, is it the same word or a different word? Also, is a hot dog a sandwich? I'll let you think about both of those things if we're going to think about gray areas. Okay. Haman to Queen Esther and chose Mordecai to be his chief officer in place of Haman. When the Jews heard of this victory against the villainous Haman, who threatened to take their lives, they all gathered and made an enormous feast. They went on the website and clicked all of their friends for Shalach Manot, entered their credit card number, and then had a dedicated committee deliver it because they were too busy that day. Since then, celebrating a holiday called Purim, at which time this ancient story of Esther is retold, has become an annual tradition. Well, you made a lot of noise, and the noise-making time of our service has sadly or happily come to an end. So we now call upon they used to be our Grogger Distribution Committee, but they have been revamped and retooled. They are now our Grogger Collection Committee, Dan and Doug, to collect your Groggers and... Okay, while they're doing that, I will make a couple of announcements. You already heard about the Purim religious school service, and you heard about the Purim carnival. Okay, hold still, Doug. Here we go. Got it.
Ken, you are amazing.
Thanks, Barbie. You're pretty good yourself.
I know.
Okay, so first of all, let us offer some thank yous. About 20 or 30 people had a potluck dinner tonight, so thank you to everybody who came, everybody who made food, and especially to the coordinator of our potluck dinner, Stacy Butler. Yay! Thank you to our photographer, Barbara Balkin. Be sure to get my good side in this outfit. Okay, that's a joke. I don't have a good side in this outfit.
I beg to differ, Ken. Everybody has a good side.
And thank you to Tom Mustachio for the amazing music. Thank you to Rabbi Shore for playing the role of Barbie in our Barbie and Ken themed Purim. And now I just want to make a couple of actual real announcements. So, next weekend, well, really, this coming weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, is the Rabbi Louis J. Siegel Scholar in Residence weekend. So we're going to have a great scholar named Rabbi Jeff Salkin. We're going to have a great weekend. And worked into the weekend, the town of Teaneck has changed the name of our road. They've not figured out how to get it not to flood, but they have changed the name of our part of Windsor Road to be Rabbi Louis J. Siegel Way. Yay! Rabbi Siegel was the rabbi here for 32 years. I'm letting that sink in for a minute. And about a month ago, they took a unanimous vote to rename the street, and next Saturday, we are going to actually dedicate the new street at 11:30 here in the sanctuary. We'll hear some memories of Rabbi Siegel and the impact that he made on our community, and then in the afternoon at about 2:30, we're going to go out to this corner over there. I'm hoping there's less rain than there was today, and Mrs. Mimi Siegel is going to pull the rope, and we will all get to see for the first time the sign designating Rabbi Louis J. Siegel Way. So that is a special thing for everybody. Also, on April 20th, a Saturday night, April 20th, we are having a benefit night of music here at Temple Emeth, and it so happens that all three of our musicians are in the room at the moment. The ones who are going to entertain us as we ask you to support a great organization called Operating Together are Rabbi Max Chaikin. Raise your hand, Rabbi Chaikin. Rabbi Rebecca Einstein. Sure, she will not be wearing that wig. Probably. And Thomas Mustachio. So join us at 7 o'clock, and the first part of the evening is family friendly. There's going to be some sing-along melodies and some wonderful refreshments, and so we hope that our families will come to this concert as well on April 20th. And then let me just tell you what's going to happen at the end of our service. We have a couple prayers to go. But then at the end of the service, we are going to pose all the children on the steps who are wearing costumes so we can get a picture of you in your costume. We're going to parade you once around the sanctuary. And I will give a lollipop to anyone who does not trip on the TV and also does not trip on the orange cord. And then we will, following our Purim parade, our costume parade, we'll go straight into the social hall where we have what you would expect, home and Taschen. Okay. All right, hold that thought. Purim is a very silly and fun and joyous holiday, and we've had a lot of fun tonight, but we also have to remember that there are about 130 hostages who do not get to celebrate Purim with their families and their communities tonight. They've been hostages for 168 days, and in their honor, as we think of them and demand that they come home, I offer the prayer for the state of Israel. We pray for the land of Israel and its people. May its borders know peace, its inhabitants tranquility. And may the bonds of faith and fate which unite the Jews of all lands be a source of strength to Israel and to us all. God of all lands and ages, answer our constant prayer with the Zion once more aglow with light for us and for all the world. We continue on page 7 with the Aleinu. Please rise if you are able for the Aleinu.
Shalom, Samach Elkeinu.
Even on joyous days, we remember people in our family whose lives have ended. Though they are no longer with us, we think of them. We have heard our friends and family talk about them. They are a part of us. We ask you, Adonai, to remember them and give them peace as together we recite the Kaddish. Yitzgadal v'yitzgadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Be'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayechon uvyomechon v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael. Ba'agala uvizman karib v'imru Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mivorach leolam olamei almaya. Yitzbarach v'yishtabach v'yitzpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yit hadar, v'yit alev, v'yit halal, shemei d'kudsha, b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'el kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. May the source of peace and peace to those who mourn among us, bringing them comfort among the bereaved of the house of Israel and the bereaved of all humanity, and let us say, Amen. Please be seated. So I'd like to invite up all of the children in costume to come stand on the Bema steps. And while they are doing that, we can have one more round of applause for our confirmation class. So tonight you heard them read English, but on Shavuot, you will get to hear them read the Ten Commandments, because Shavuot is the anniversary of the Ten Commandments. That will happen in June. And another round of applause for Eitz Chaim. They did a great job with the Purim music. Okay, let's stand on the steps here. Okay, great. Good. You're too tall. If you're going to stay up there, you have to come down the steps. All right. Barbie, we have to be in the picture too. You and me. Okay, that's good. Are we too tall this way, Barbara? Would you like us? Who? What? Oh, Mia's too far? Mia, why don't you come over here? You're too far to one side. Are you a pink lady? Oh, you're Barbie. It's Barbie. She's in the... Okay, everybody look at Barbara. Okay, great. So, we're gonna parade once around the room. Follow me. We're gonna hear some music. Everybody else, you can clap and get ready to snap a picture as we walk by. And we'll see you next in the social hall with the Hometosh. We're going to go this way. Ready and.
Chag Purim, Chag Gadol HaYehudim, Masechot Rashanim, Zmirot Rikudim, Havan Arisha, Rash, Havan Arisha, Rash, Havan Arisha, Rash, Barashani. Chag Purim, Chag Gadol HaYehudim, Masechot Rashanim, Zmirot Rikudim, Havan Arisha, Rash, Havan Arisha, Rash, Havan Arisha, Rash, Barashani.
Where the most pictures happen. Okay, so take it slow. Soak it in.
Zu
Let them take your
exave
picture.
too far. Dabru davar velo yakum. Zu exave too far. Dabru davar velo yakum. Ki Immanuel.